Hello students, this is Chandrashekar, Assistant Social Science Teacher, BGS Public School, Shitlagatta. First of all, really I would like to say thanks to STF Digital Group. Really, this group providing such a wonderful and very important resources. That resources are really very useful for the 10th standard children's. My heartful thanks to them, especially for the STF Digital Group. Well, students, this is Chandrashekar, Assistant Social Science Teacher, BGS Public School, Shitlagatta, Chikballapura Division. Today, we have to start another one important lesson, Geography, Chapter 10. So that is Indian Industries. Indian Industries. Industries are playing very important role in economic development. My dear students, each and every one country in the world wants to remove the poverty by improving the industrial sector. By removing poverty purpose, here the industrial sector is playing very important role. Economic development of nation. Without industry, economic development is highly impossible. There is a certain economic development in a country means that all credit goes to industries only. So in our Indian country, the various favorable factors present in the country for the development of industries. Some of the important essential factors are very useful to development of the industries because India consists of ideal climate, perfect hydroelectric power, good natural resources, etc., etc., etc. So here the minerals are playing very important role, forests, fishery. So this all providing to increase the income of the people and improve the standard of the life of the people. My dear students, the industry is viewed by leading sector to the economic development. We can have economies of scale by applying advanced technology and division of labor, then scientific management. Here we have to development for the industries means we need advanced scientific technology and in the same way the skilled labor. So that is we should consider for the division of labor and scientific management. The management also very essential to development for the industries. So industries production and employment will increase rapidly. They will bring economic growth and capital formation. Then, my dear students, industry is the work and the process involved in collecting raw materials and making them into products in factories. So, in this way, the industries are playing very important role. Then, in this chapter, we have to learn some of the important following aspects like meaning and importance of industries. What is the meaning of industry and what are the importance of industries? Then localization of industries. Localization where industries are locating in our Indian country. Then major industrial regions in India. It means different parts of the country located for variety of the industries. Then major industries, iron and steel industry, aluminium industry, knowledge based industry, paper industry, sugar industry. So these are the major industries. Then iron and steel, aluminium, cotton textiles, sugar, paper industry and the knowledge based industry. So we have to learn following aspects from the lesson Indian industries. Dear students, meaning of industries. Before that, we have to understand properly why the industrials are essential and industries are playing very important role in the way of economic development and industries are conversion raw materials into usable products. Look at here, many natural resources and raw materials cannot be utilized directly. So the nature providing some of the important natural resources to us, we can highly impossible to directly use for that. For example, iron is there. We are not using directly iron. So iron ore converted into iron ore. And the same way, raw materials cannot be utilized directly because of the reason they have to be processed to or refined. Refined, very, very important. It means perfectly by pruning. Perfectly by pruning is very, very important. And we have to rectify that. It means in Kannada, avana shuddhೀಕರಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. How like that? For example, conversion of sugar cane into sugar. Look at the students. This is sugar cane. Directly we can get that through the agriculture, but this one we get conversion into sugar cane. See, this is possible through the industries. Through the industries. Another one, iron ore into steel. So, dear students, this is iron ore conversion into steel. Then another one, cotton into cloth. Dear students, this is the cotton conversion into cloth. So as it is like wood pulp into paper. So this is the wood pulp. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಮರದ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪೀಸ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಪುಡಿಯಾಗಿರೋವು, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ವುಡ್ ಪಲ್ಪ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಪಲ್ಪ್ ಇಂಟು ಪೇಪರ್. ಸೊ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, here the conversation is very, very important. Conversion is very, very important. So then finally, what is the meaning of industries or manufacturing industries means the conversion of raw materials. So already told raw material, sugar cane raw material, iron ore raw material, cotton raw material, wood pulp raw material. So that one conversion into usable products. Usable products means sugar cane converted as sugar. So this is a usable product. Iron ore converted into steel. So this is usable product. Cotton conversion into cloth. So this is a usable product. Wood pulp conversion into paper. So this is usable product. My dear students, what is the meaning of industry or manufacturing industry means the conversion of raw materials into usable products is known as manufacturing industries. So this is the meaning of industries. Keep in your mind, everybody. Then, dear students, the importance of industries. Why the industries are very, very important means industries are vital for economic progress. This means very important for the economic progress. The industries are from lower to higher level. How to develop means that all credit goes to industries. So that is industries are vital for economic progress. And the development of industries reduces the reliance on primary products, imported goods. Reliance, it means faith, belief, or support, or trust. So here we have to trust upon the industries. What it leads to the economic development, and through the industries we can import for the needed goods and services to our Indian country. So that is, my dear students. And industries help to increase the national and per capita income. Do you know like that GDP, gross domestic production, overall the year the country earn for the foreign exchange or sources of income, and as it is like the individual person also earn sources of income. So these two credits also goes to industries. It possible to increase the national income. In the same way, it is possible to increase the per capita income also through the industries and earn foreign exchange. Because of the reason we are all involving in a import and export. So that we are all doing for the business. Necessary goods are importing and in our Indian country products are we are all exporting. So possible to earn for the foreign exchange. And also create job opportunities. So industries need to run means we need some of the important labors. So in this way, industries are providing employment opportunities or job opportunities. and rise GDP and the living standard of the people. So gross domestic production, it means the production through the industries, production increased. Through the industries, gross domestic production increased. When the gross domestic production increased, the employees earning for sources of income, and it leads to the living standard of the people, and reduce the pressure on agriculture, because here the majority of the people in our Indian country, they depending upon for the agriculture. So 68 point something or 65 point above percent people depending upon for the agriculture. So the agriculture mainly backbone of our nation, but the rain is unevenly distributed throughout the Indian country. Due to the rain problem, majority of the farmers facing a lot of problems. Got it? So that time, majority of the people they leaving the villages and moving for the towns. So here industries are providing for the employment opportunities to the farmers and such other persons. So in this way, the industries are helped to reduce the pressure on industrial sector, agriculture sector. So my dear students, these are the importance of industries. And in the same way, localization of industries. Localization means locate of the industries. Mainly, my dear students, we always keep in our mind. So as a human being, we're all moving to some other places to settle any one particular place, means we need some facilities. We need health facility, education facility, good transport facility, and good environment, etc., etc., etc. So as it is like here, industries also perfectly localization of means. So industries need some of the important essential factors. See mainly here, the localization and growth of industries are influenced by many factors. So these are all the factors very useful to location of the industries. The first one, the most important factors affecting the localization are, so supply of raw material. So industries are properly run means raw materials are playing very very important role. So here the sugar cane is the raw material of sugar industry. Got it? And cotton is the raw material of paper industry. Got it? So like the supply of raw materials and supply of power. Got it? Here the power is very essential to run for the industries, so that, and transport and communication facilities, the exchanging goods and services from one place to another place, means the transport is very very important. And in the same way, communication system also playing very very important to run for the industries or location of the industries. Then market facilities. When the industries are producing goods and services, got it? To selling that products purpose, here markets are playing very very important role. So we need market facilities also to localization of the industries. Then capital. So the investment of the money, we're all investing money. 5 lakhs means our target is 5 crores or 50 crores or 100 crores, like. So such a good environment we have to select or we have to choose to development of the industries. So this is increasing but not for the decreasing of the capital. Labors. So industries run means we need for the labors also. Look at the pictures of labors. And water supply, we need plenty of water to run for the industries. And ideal climate, we need for the perfect climate to run for the industries. Then government policies, government implement certain rules and regulations to development of the industries. So these all playing very very important role to localization of the industries. So based on this, there is a one mark question. What are the most important factors affecting the localization of the industries, means we are all keep in our mind and write one by one. These all 9 points, very very important, my dear students. These all 9 points: supply of raw materials, power, transport, communication, market facilities, capital, labors, water, ideal climate and government policies. So that is very very important, my dear students. Then after we have to learn one by one at what type of major industries are available, and before that which are the major industrial regions available for in our Indian country. So dear students, industrial region, industrial region, it means area with the concentration of one or variety of the industries. So this is the industrial area. Here we can see means possible to see one industry some places, and some of the important other places we can see different and variety types of the areas. So that is we should consider for the industrial area or industrial regions. What is the meaning of industrial regions? Means industrial regions refers to a region, it means area with concentration of one or a variety of industries. We can possible to see one industry, apart from that possible to see different and variety types of the industries. So this is we should consider for the industrial region. This is a one mark question. What is the meaning of industrial region? And major industrial regions in our Indian country, because of the reason say the urbanized, the urbanizing is playing very very important role, because of the reasons majority of the places of our Indian country locating for the industries, and industries are properly locating means, so we need for the raw materials like good transport facility and like plenty of water or transporting system or hydroelectricity. This all perfectly is there in our Indian country. That is why in our India there are some major industrial regions are there. See, look at that major important industrial regions. The first one, the Kollam Thiruvananthapuram region. So this is the Kollam Thiruvananthapuram region. Then another one, the Madurai Coimbatore region. So belongs to Tamil Nadu, my dear students. So this is Madurai Coimbatore region. Then another one, the Mumbai Pune region. So dear students, this is the Mumbai industrial area. So that is also the Mumbai Pune region. And another one, the Ahmedabad Vadodara region. So the Ahmedabad, so this is the Vadodara industrial region. And the Delhi Meerut region. So this is also one of the industrial area, Delhi Meerut region. And Chota Nagpura Plateau region. So this is also Chota Nagpura Plateau region, one of the major industrial region. Then another one, the Hooghly. So this belongs to the Kolkata. The Hooghly Kolkata area or region. Visakhapatnam Guntur region. My dear students, this is the Visakhapatnam Guntur region. So we have to properly keep in our mind, these are the very important 8 major industrial regions. 8 major industrial regions. So what are the major industrial regions of India means? The one, the Delhi Meerut region. So this, and the Ahmedabad Vadodara region, the Mumbai Pune region, the Madurai Coimbatore region, the Kollam Thiruvananthapuram region, the Hooghly Kolkata region, Visakhapatnam Guntur region, Chota Nagpura Plateau region. These are the major industrial regions of our Indian country. So based on this, there is a 3 mark question, my dear students. Properly we have to do for the practice. Then after, major industries of India. I already told the major industries are iron and steel industry, aluminium industry, cotton textile industry, sugarcane industry, paper industry and knowledge based industries. So these are the very important industries of our Indian country. Let's we have to gather one by one in detail information about major industries of India. So the first one, iron and steel industry. So this is very important among to the all the industries of our nation. Why? This is very essential and very important industry among to the all industries of our nation means it is the basis of all the industries. So this industry raw materials used to many industries. So that is why this is the basis of all the industries. So iron, ore. So this is the raw materials used for many industries. Many industries. That is why it is the basis of all the industries. Then engineering. So applied science and technology. In this iron and steel industry, applying for the science and technology through the engineering. Then locomotives. Do you know like that locomotives means a wheeled vehicle consisting of a self-propelled engine. So it consists of some of the important trains and boats, ships like such a engines also prepared through the iron and steel industry. That is locomotives. Then machine tools. So like that a mechanical tools made by iron and steel industry. Machines, a mechanical tools made by iron and steel industry. Then automobiles. So here the running of the old machines and like that four-wheeler vehicles and sieving machines, etc., etc., etc. So a motor vehicle for a four wheel. So this is like possible through the iron and steel industry. Then agricultural equipments, so like tractors, etc., etc. So these all also made by through the iron and steel industry. So these all the spare parts belongs to the iron and steel industry and dependent iron and steel industry. So these all mainly what we are all learned engineering, locomotives, machine tools, automobiles, agriculture equipments. These all mainly depended on iron and steel industry. Got it? So here this was the reason purpose mainly iron and steel industry is the basis of all the industries. There is a question means why iron and steel industry is the base for all industries means we have to write this all properly one by one. Engineering, locomotives, machine tools, automobiles, agricultural equipments, etc. are dependent on iron and steel industry. So this was the reason purpose. Iron and steel industry is the basis of all the industries. Then after, dear students, it is the most important metal based industry. Metal, it is nothing but alloy. Metal is nothing but alloy. A mixture containing two or more metallic elements. Metal. So a mixture containing two or more metallic elements. So this is the iron and steel industry. It is the most important metal based industry. It means in Kannada ಲೋಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಲೋಹಗಳನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡು ಇರುವಂತಹ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ಏನ್ಸಿಯಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ನ್ಯೂ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ smelting iron ore. You know like that ancient days belonging to the time of long past. Belong to the time of long past. It means in those days, ancient times, they know the art of smelting. It means they know the creation of smelting. What is the meaning of smelting? Means extract by heating. So the iron ಅನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕರಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ, ಐರನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕರಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಏನ್ಸಿಯಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ನ್ಯೂ ದ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಐರನ್ ಓರ್. And the best example for this is the iron pillar in Delhi, Mehroli. So in this place, there is one of the important ancient iron pillar. So it means in those days they had a awareness about the smelting of iron ore. So best example for that iron pillar in Delhi near Mehroli. And the progress of iron and steel industry. So this is the modern iron and steel industry. What is the meaning of here? Modern means new latest industry, new or latest industry. In the field of iron and steel industry, there is a lot of progress, and some of the important places these industries are located are situated. So the first one, the modern, so here the latest, the modern iron and steel industry in India was started in 1874. 1874, Kulti in West Bengal. So this is very important map for place or MCQ question, are possible to ask for the 1 mark question. The first modern and iron steel industry is in India was started in 1874 at Kulti in West Bengal. So in this place started for the iron and steel industry. But the credit for modern iron and steel industry goes to J.S. Tata. Here the credit goes to a usually brief attempt. Got it? The another one, the new technology industry made by J.N. Tata. This industry using for the advanced scientific technology. So this was the reason purpose. The credit for modern iron and steel industry goes to J.N. Tata. So this is the first iron industry started in India. But modern iron and steel industry credit goes to J.N. Tata. So here J.N. Tata started the Tata Iron and Steel Company. Here J.N. Tata started Tata Iron and Steel Company in 1907 at Sakchi. It belongs to the Jamshedpur. It belongs to the Jamshedpur. This is the latest modern and iron steel industry. The credit goes to J.N. Tata. It was established at Sakchi, Jamshedpur in the year of 1907. And the industry made great progress after the independence. See, it was established in 1907. So that time, India not a independent country. India not a independent country. India is a dependent country. India is a dependent country. So that was the reason purpose. 1907 to up to 1947, there is no industrial progress. Industrial progress, especially for the Tata iron and steel industry. But after the independence, after the 1947, there is a lot of progress. It means gradual improvement is there in this industry. So under the 5-year plans, efforts made to development of this industry. Why Tata iron and steel industry after the independence have to lead for the success means because of the reason the implementation of the 5-year plans. So that is integrated national economic program. So 5-year plans are the integrated national economic program. So this was the effort purpose. 5-year plans efforts purpose. The iron and steel industry belongs to the J.N. Tata. It leads to the success after the 1947. Then this industry perfectly have to locate means need some essential factors. Before that we already learn. Once again we have to learn, see, the supply of raw materials of iron ore. This industry properly have to run means the main raw material is iron ore. So this is the iron ore. Iron ore is very essential to run for the iron and steel industry. Then coking coal. Here mainly, dear students, coking coal is very important. It means heating. We have to heat for the coal. Coal is very important. So that is the coking coal means heating coal. When the coal is heating, it leads to the power. By utilizing that power, the iron and the steel industries have to run. So that is coking coal as the main source of power. So apart from that, solar power and even for the hydroelectric power have to utilize to run for the iron and steel industry. Then idle power to run for the industry means that industry need for the idle power. And railway transport and the port facilities. Here railway, through the railways they're doing export products or goods and services from one place to another place. Here between the countries there is no railway facility because India is a land of peninsula surrounded by three side water and one side land. One side there is a land but surrounded by Himalaya mountains. That is why in India there is a railway transport facility. Between the states there is a import and export of iron and steel. But between the countries we have to export and import for the iron and the steel means, so we are all depending upon for the port facilities. Through the oceans we have to do export. So such a facility also available in India. And plenty of water supply. Here mainly the plenty of water, the when these industries are properly have to run means we need for the water, the pure or good water very is essential. And cheap labor, it means not for expensive, not for expensive, so we need for the cheap labor also. This type of labor also available for in India. And plenty of water supply, already told there is a full supply of water. Then cheap labor and the capital, so here the investment of the money, so money is also playing very important role, so that is also is there. And local market, why here nearby areas there are some of the important marketing facilities. So where there is a industries nearby some areas, there are some of the important market facilities. So this was the reason purpose nowadays the iron and steel industry locating properly with the help of some of the important essential factors like supply of basic raw materials of iron ore, coking coal, idle power, railway transport and port facilities, plenty of water supply, cheap labor, capital, local market. So these are the very important essential factors to locate for the iron and steel industry. Then after, my dear students, the producing centers, where did iron and steel industry producing centers are there throughout the Indian country. There are 14 integrated iron and steel plants in India. Integrated, coordinated. Integrated means coordinated iron and steel plants in India. So which are they? Of these there are 14, no? Among to that 14, of these 4 are in the private sector and others were public sector. Here the private sector, it is the part of economy that is run by individuals and companies. It means it not owned and controlled by the government. Private sector, it is not owned, managed and controlled by the government. So that is we should consider for the private sector. Of there are 14 is there, among to that 14, 4 controlled by private sector, then remaining 10 under the control of public sector. So it is the part of economy that is run by government, that is run by government. Let's see which are the important private and public sector industries. So here producing sectors, one is the private sector, another one is the public sector. So private sector consists of 4, public sector consists of 10. Private sector consists of 4 and public sector consists of 10. See the dear students, private sector there are 4. The first one is the Tata Iron and Steel Company. So Jamshedpur in Jharkhand. So this is also we should consider for TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Company. CO means company. This is the first one. The second one, Dubari Steel Plant at Gopalpur in Odisha. Dubari Steel Plant at Gopalpur in Odisha. This is the second private sector industry in India. Third one, Ispat Iron and Steel Limited at Dolavi. So this is in Ratnagiri district in Maharashtra. So third one, Ispat Iron and Steel Limited at Dolavi, Ratnagiri district in Maharashtra. Then fourth one, very important, Zindal Vijayanagara Steel Limited. So this is also JVSL at Toranagal, Bellary district in Karnataka. So one industry belongs to Karnataka, one industry belongs to Maharashtra, one industry belongs to Odisha, one industry belongs to Jharkhand. So these four important states located for the private sector industries. Which private sector industries means? Private sector iron and steel industries. Iron and steel industries. Then after the private sector, public sector. I already told no, there are 10 public sector industries are there. So that is Bhadravati in Karnataka. So that is also VISCO, Vishveshwaraya Iron and Steel Company Limited. Bhadravati, Karnataka, VISCO, Vishveshwaraya Iron and Steel Company. Then second one, Biloy, Chhattisgarh. Biloy at Chhattisgarh, public sector. Rourkela, Odisha. So this is also Rourkela belongs to the Odisha public sector. Then Bokaro, Jharkhand. So this is also belongs to the public sector. And Barnapur. So that is West Bengal. Barnapur at West Bengal belongs to the public sector. Durgapur, this also belongs to the West Bengal public sector. Then Paradip, Odisha, this is also a public sector. Then Kalinjanagar, Odisha, it is also called as Kalinga. You know, like that between the Ashoka and Kalinga, there is a battle in those days, the greatest Kalinga battle. So that is Kalinga Nagar, it belongs to Odisha. Vishakhapatnam, it belongs to the Andhra Pradesh. So Vishakhapatnam, it belongs to the Andhra Pradesh. Then the last one is Salem, Tamil Nadu. Salem, Tamil Nadu. So these are the very important public sector iron and steel industries. There are 10 public sector and 4 private sector. So based on the private sector and public sector, there are 3 more questions are there. Got it? List out the 4 private sector iron and steel industries. We have to write for the 4. Got it? And list out the public sector iron and steel industries in India means there are 10 public sector industries, iron and steel industries are there. That is we have to write one by one. So apart from these and so like that I already explained India Iron and Steel Company, Vishveshwar Iron and Steel Limited, Hindustan Steel Limited Biloy, Hindustan Steel Limited at Rourkela, Hindustan Steel Limited at Durgapur in West Bengal, Bokaro Steel Plant at Bokaro in Jharkhand, the Salem Steel Plant at Salem in Tamil Nadu, the Vishakhapatnam Steel Plant at Vishakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. Next, Daitari Steel Plant at Daitari near Paradip in Odisha, Tata Steel Plant at Kalinganagar in Odisha, public sector industries. So these are the very important iron and steel industries. So apart from this, in addition it means added on subtraction purpose like that, idara nantara in industries bit nantara. In addition, there are 199 mini steel plants. Mini steel plants means small plants for the manufacturing of steel. Some of the important 199. So 4 private sector, 10 public sector. Apart from this, there are 199 mini steel plants. It means very very small manufacturing steel industries are there different parts of the country. So India is the 8th largest steel producing country in the world. India is the 8th largest steel producing country in the world. So everybody keep in your mind, dear students. So this is about for the iron and steel industry. This is a very important industry. Then after the iron and steel, another one is aluminium industry. Aluminium, a silver metallic element. Aluminium, a silver metallic element. See, aluminium is the most important non-ferrous metal. What is the non-ferrous metal? Means not containing iron. Aluminium industry, it is the industry but not containing for the iron. For example, do you know like the magnet? Now ಮಣ್ಣಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂಟಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನಾನ್ ಫೆರಸ್ ಮೆಟಲ್. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಐರನ್. So uses of aluminium. So mainly what are the uses of aluminium? 2 to 3 mark question. In manufacturing aeroplanes, it means produced in a mechanical way by using the aluminium here made and prepared by the aeroplane. Also automobiles, you know like that a motor vehicle with a 4 wheel, a motor vehicle with a 4 wheel we are all using especially for the aluminium industry. Then railways, in the railway sector also we are all using for the aluminium. And ships, in made by the ships, boats, steamers purpose also using for the aluminium. And for paint industry, in the paint industry also using for the aluminium. And household appliances, it means the home consists of some of the important devices. It means goods for home or office. So like that household appliances purpose also using for the aluminium. And in different industries, in the various and different types of the industries purpose we are all using for the aluminium. And electrical cables, you know like that here television sector. So the electrical cables made by aluminium. By utilizing the aluminium, electrical cables are made. So in this industry also used for the aluminium. And its foils are used. Foils means a metal plate, like see this, a metal plate are used here as packing a materials, you know like that nowadays we have to supply for the food. It means packing for the food purpose also using for the aluminium. So like that it foils are used as a packing materials. And it is a good substitute for steel and copper. Like that it is a good substitute. It means exchange or interchange. It is a good substitute for the iron and steel. Good substitute for steel and copper. So dear students, these are the very important uses of the aluminium. So manufacturing of aeroplanes, automobiles, railways, ships, paint industry, household appliances, different industries, electrical cables, foils used as packing materials, and good substitute for the steel and copper. Then the location of aluminium industry is mainly, so this industry needs some of the important particular essential factors. So the availability of bauxite, which is the main raw material. So which is the main raw material of our aluminium industry, means bauxite is the raw material of aluminium industry. Then supply of hydroelectric power, there is a good supply of hydroelectric power. Capital, so investment of money. Wide market, there is a marketing facilities there for aluminium purpose. Got it? These are the essential factors to locate for the iron and steel industry. Which one? That the availability of bauxite, which is the main raw material, and the supply of hydroelectric power, capital, wide market. Then after, the distribution of aluminium industries. So the aluminium industry is the second important metal based industry in India. Then which is the first metal based industry in India, means iron and steel industry. After the iron and steel industry, here another one industry is there, aluminium industry. So the distribution of it means spreading where available for the aluminum industries throughout the Indian country means we have to learn now. So it was started in 1942 at Jaikoi Nagar in West Bengal. So this is near for the iron and steel industry only. It was started in 1942 at Jaikoi Nagar in West Bengal. And India has the 11th place in the world for the production of aluminum products. Got it? For the aluminum products purpose, India's rank is 11. Got it? Production of aluminum products. And India import aluminum to meet its local demands. To meet its local demands means we are all using the aluminum in motor vehicles like home appliances, like transport, ports, railways, etc., etc., etc. These are the local demands. These local demands to solve purpose, India import for the aluminum. So there is a one question, why India importing aluminum is because to meet its local demands. And India is the 11th country in the world to production of aluminum products. And first aluminum industry started in 1942 at Jaikoi Nagar in West Bengal. So this is about for the aluminum industry. So dear students, this is about for the aluminum and steel industry. And there are 9 major aluminum plants are there. We have to look at that. Jaikai Nagar in West Bengal, next Alampuram in Kerala, Mettur in Tamil Nadu, Belagavi in Karnataka, Hirakud in Odisha, next Damanjodi in Odisha, Renukot in Uttar Pradesh, next Koraba in Chhattisgarh, Ratnagiri in Maharashtra. These are all the 9 major aluminum plants in India. So dear students, this is about aluminum industry. So next session we have to continue for the cotton textile industry. Thank you. Have a nice day. Jai Shri Gurudev.